Alright, so this is going to be an interesting video. I've never done anything like this, and the only reason I'm doing this today is because I can't find a certain part for this bike. So, warning, do not try this at home. It's a good way to wreck your bike. So, as you guys know, last video we picked this bike up. It's an IT200. I think I got it for like 600 bucks, super cheap, maybe it was 700. But anyway, we found out it had low compression. It was like right around 95 to 100 PSI. On this thing, so we tore it down and we found out that the piston was in backwards, which caused it to seize right there. I was able to fish out the top ring. As you can see, that's what the piston looks like. You can see the damage right there. I'm trying to get the second ring out. We might have to break apart that little piece right there to get that other ring out. And then the cylinder was pretty rough as well. There's a big chip out of it right there, you can see. Kind of hard to see. You can see there's a big chip out of it. Couple big chips, couple scratches right there. Because the piston was in backwards. So, I've looked on eBay, Craigslist, and Facebook multiple days. It's been about 3 weeks and I cannot find a cylinder for the IT200. So today we are going to attempt to clean this thing up, deburr it, and smooth it out with a Dremel tool, and then clean up this piston. And I think we're going to use one ring instead of two. And we're going to be doing this for testing purposes. We're going to see how bad a piston and cylinder can get before it stops running. So this one was low compression because the first ring was stuck and the second ring was stuck. Otherwise it would have had more compression. So I think if we get it to about 120 PSI, this thing will fire up no problem. So we're going to do testing today. We're going to run it with one ring, smooth this ring out, get that out of there so it doesn't bind up, and we're going to see if we can get this thing to fire up today. And we're going to see how bad the cylinder can get until it won't start. Alright, first thing we're going to do is try to fish out this second ring here. You can see it's really gouged right there. And there's a big chunk out of it. So we'll have to try to get this ring out. And I'm not going to reuse the ring. And if we're lucky, we might have a ring from a different piston we could use if we can smooth that out. But let's try to fish that out of there. See if we can get it to come out. It's definitely going to break the ring. But it's already broken anyway, so. Kind of coming. I don't want to break it, because then I'll have to fish it out of here. We're just going to slowly work that out of here. See if we can get it freed up. Oh, so the ring got bent right there. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at how this ring's coming out of here. Look at that gouge in the piston. Holy cow. That's crazy. But the top ring looks like it might be good. So compression can't get past that top ring. So we might have a chance. But look how bad that gouge is. Oh my gosh. We're just going to take a Dremel and just kind of quick smooth that out. We'll clean this up and see what it looks like, but you can see this ring got bent, and then it just got flattened to the piston there. That is crazy. Alright, we're just going to take off these burrs. I had to widen up the first ring gap because it was squished, so. no other burrs there. Let's deburr the cylinder here. It's right here. Now there's no burrs in there, causing problems. We're gonna home that out, but the big burrs are off of it. So now we're gonna take the first ring here, just take a green pad and go over that. There's a bunch of carbon built up on it. Spray that down. Just kind of work that in. Get the carbon off there. Work on that for a bit, then we'll come back once it's clean and we'll see if it fits in the piston. Alright, top ring is free now, you can see. So that's moving freely. So we'll see if we get enough compression from the one ring here. But next we gotta hone out the cylinder. Alright, let's get some oil going down the cylinder here. I'll attempt to hone this thing out. Alright. That looks pretty good, actually. This might actually run this compression, because that's actually pretty clean in there, except for that one gouge. Alright, I was just looking at the cylinder. It looks like it was repaired right here too, a big weld right there. But I just got done making a gasket for it. So we got that gasket on there. Nice base gasket. Little gasket maker too for security, and then we've got the bearing in there. So let's get the piston on next. The arrow on the piston goes towards the exhaust side. So this was wrong before. Now it's in there correctly. You can see the arrow right there towards the exhaust. We just have to get the little clip in there now, and then we can get the cylinder on. Alright, piston's all ready to go. Let's get the cylinder on next. Look at that big gouge in the piston. That's crazy. All right, we'll crank her down. Those bolts in there. 2 strokes are so easy to rebuild. We'll see if it's smooth in there too. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, let's see if it's smooth here. Oh, that seems pretty good. Alright, let's get the head on next. We're just reusing the old head gasket, so hopefully that doesn't matter too much here. Let's see which way do we want to go with it. Hopefully that seals well enough. Who thinks we're gonna have compression? Let's keep the nuts on there. Let's see what it feels like. See if there's any compression to it. Probably not much. Oh. Honestly, there's way more than I had. This might actually start. All right, let's get some gas going to it. There's any in here. Oh yeah, there's a little in there. All right. And now, for the moment of truth, will it start up with a gouged cylinder, one ring on the piston, and a gouged piston, and then a repaired cylinder as well. It would take a miracle for this thing to start up, but we will see. Compression feels like it's a little bit more. I don't know if it's over 100. It might be, it might not be. I'm not sure. So let's give it a kick and see if she'll start. Something's going on with the throttle. Throttle's stuck. All right, throttle cable was really rusty, so I had to take it off and put some penetrating oil down it. Now I think we're good to go, so let's try this one more time. All right, we put some gas on the cylinder. All right, sounds like there's a big air leak. It's running good when it runs, so I don't know. Started up twice with that starting fluid, and it definitely sounds better than it did before. All right, we're gonna dump gas directly down the carb. Yeah, I must not be getting gas. Every time we dump gas on the carb, it starts right up. All right, tearing into the carburetor. This was not getting gas at all. Check this out. I'll pour gas directly down here, this line right here. Watch this. And no gas flows down. Look at that. So the needle must be stuck in there. I don't know how that would be stuck, but it is. And no gas is flowing whatsoever. So that's why it was only starting when we poured the gas on it. We might actually be able to ride this thing if we can get it to idle. All right, you just put the carburetor back on. It is leaking gas a little bit, but at least it's getting gas now. So let's see if it starts up and idles. that was the problem. That's awesome. Even idled there for a little bit. Alright, so for the first part the clutch was stuck pretty good. Wasn't moving. So I adjusted that, but it's getting better. But it barely moved because the clutch was just spinning in there. Wasn't grabbing. But yeah, running pretty good with one ring in there. Alright, so I switched out the carburetors before we took the first ride, and the clutch was kind of messed up. So I adjusted the clutch. But this carburetor, I noticed after the ride, had like a little hole on the side of the carburetor. That's why it was revving up so high. So there was an air leak in it. So I patched that with some gasket maker. We'll see if that holds for the first ride here. But it starts up like first kick, which is insane. Let's see. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? See if the clutch works now. Oh yeah, it's working. We've got an air leak somewhere. We're not getting fuel or something. Wasn't doing this before. Feels like we're running out of fuel. Definitely an air leak. Surprised it even moved.
I don't know what that would be. Looks like it's getting gas. Huh. Just sometimes it revs out completely, sometimes not. Oh, I think it's sucking air through there still. Pretty sure. I'll start her back up and we'll see. She starts up easy. It might be a blown seal in the bottom end, honestly. Huh. Lifts right up. You know what it might be? Might be a fall plug. That was awesome. Starting to run a little bit better now. Yeah, it runs pretty crappy. It's got some power with that one ring though. It's honestly not that bad. It's bad, but not like completely useless, I guess. I'm really surprised it runs that well. It has like actual power. It'll wheelie. Seems like it kind of went away.
first riding this thing with the gouged cylinder, the one ring, and the one ring that's like, I shaved it like half down so it would fit in that groove because the groove was pinched on the piston. And this thing still has power. I just don't get that. Really good power. I could really only get up to third gear because it was going so good. And it'll pull a wheelie in second gear, easy. So what I'm gonna do is quick check compression on it and just see what we're at. I'm kind of curious to see. All right, we've got the compression tester hooked up. Let's see what we get with throttle open here. So it looks like we got 120. Well, we gained 20 psi from last time, about 25. So not too bad with one ring. Not too bad at all. All right, well, that surprised me. And we kind of just did this video as a test to see if it would run with a damaged cylinder and piston. And sure enough, it does, and it runs way better than I thought. And the slide in the carburetor's wrong. So that could be why it's acting weird when I'm riding it too. And who knows what the jetting should be on this thing. So, I mean, if we really took our time, did the jetting, got the right slide, it actually might run decent. But yeah, so if you guys were curious to see how bad a two-stroke bike could get before it stopped running, now you kind of know. It could probably get a lot worse. So if your bike doesn't run, something's obviously seriously wrong with it if it's a two-stroke. Because these things just keep on running. I mean, that is just bizarre to me that it would run like that. But it does. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and maybe even learned something. And yeah, I'll probably redo the jetting, take a look at that, and I'll probably order up a new piston for it. Slap that in there, because it seems like the cylinder's not affecting the compression at all. I think it's just that piston. Stay tuned for next one, and until next time, we are out.